So, a bit of a different setup this week. I was working on a side project, so I had to create this setup. Well, while I was at it, I decided why not put this time to good use and make a video at the same time. So this week we're going to be looking at some of the top questions and answers I've received. So sit back, relax and enjoy. This is DemonView. Hi there, if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate you tuning in, and if you've clicked on this video by mistake, you may want to stick around anyway, as we're coming up to a 2K follower giveaway, and the details about that are in this video. Who doesn't like the chance to win free stuff, so stick around for that. On with the video, and this week we're going to be looking at some of the top camera questions that have popped up this week, and hopefully we're going to have some answers for you as well to go with those questions. Let's get to it. Straight after you click those like and subscribe buttons on this video. You clicking like and subscribe helps get this video content out there, helps with producing these videos by ensuring I get paid by YouTube, yo, and it's completely free and it doesn't cost you a single penny for doing so. Nor does it cost you multiple pennies either, if that's what you're thinking. It's actually a really great way to support this channel, and it really does make a difference. So do your part today and be one of the world's most greatest people of all time, and click like and subscribe today. Question number 1, what support is there for the musician? Well, there's probably unemployment, and many governments offer some sort of unemployment assistance if you look carefully enough. Well, unless you're talking about mounts, in which case I think the most versatile mount you can get is probably a JAWS mount with a gooseneck. Hold on. JAWS clamp, and this is a very large gooseneck. But not only can you clamp your camera to the instrument, but the gooseneck will allow you to adjust the angle to get that perfect shot. And if you're a drummer, probably best to mount the GoPro on something not connected to your drums to stop vibration, etc. from interfering with the picture. Question number 2, how do I keep my camera cool? That's easy. Buy some sunglasses and a leather jacket. Yeah, cool baby. Although I personally recommend using the DemonView Sunblock 9000, because keeping your camera cool since I made it. Or you can just watch my video about solving overheating issues, in which I show you the top tips for keeping your camera cool and running smoothly during this summer heat. And I'll put a link to that somewhere around here, I'm sure. Question 3, my camera has been charging overnight, but it's still only at 30%. Why is that? Well, likely you've been charging your camera with a PC USB port, and that's bad for 2 reasons. A, not all PC USB ports are the same. They can output different voltages, they can even have variable power outputs, which may not supply enough power to charge your camera. And then B, when your GoPro is connected to a PC, Mac, or even a car's USB port, which in turn is connected to the entertainment system in the car, it can read this connection as a data connection and not a power connection. In which case the camera will power on and enter MTP mode, which is Media Transfer Protocol. So now that your camera is powered on, it's using power while trying to charge at the same time, so your PC USB port may not be able to keep up with that power draw. And what will happen then is your camera will not fully charge, and it could actually be hot to touch. So it's always best to charge your battery separately in the dual battery charger. I'll leave a link for that somewhere below. And at least that way your spare batteries are charging while you're filming with your camera, and that is much more efficient. Question number 4, how large an SD card can I use in my camera? Probably about this size. If you try a larger card, it's not going to fit. Anyway, as everyone knows, it's not the size that matters, it's how you use it. In this case, how often you offload footage is going to be your main concern. Obviously, the larger the capacity of the card, the more footage you can put on it. However, if you don't offload that footage daily, you're going to end up with hours, days, or even weeks of footage on a single SD card. And that's not great for media management, so sometimes you may actually want a smaller capacity card in your camera to force you to offload footage daily. So it's all about practices and how you're going to use that card. Me, I film with 512GB SD cards. I find that's a good balance between, getting a good bit of footage on there and then managing my media properly. Question number 5, I'm trying to film a night lapse with my Hero 11, however my camera keeps shutting off after an hour even though I have it plugged into an external power supply. Well, there's a couple of things at play here, but most likely it's that you left your battery in the camera while you're trying to power it externally. So what's usually going to happen here is that your camera will often run off the internal battery first. Once that runs down to 0, your camera will then turn off and start charging from the external power supply, and that's not what you want. What you want to do instead is to remove the internal battery completely and power your camera from the external power supply only. And this is going to ensure your camera doesn't power off as it's only using the external power. It's also going to keep your camera running cooler as there's no heat being generated from the internal battery as it discharges. Also, if you have the GoPro Hero 11, you'll need to load the GoPro Labs firmware on first, and this is due to the fact that the latest version has the power checking bypass by default. So if you load on that Labs firmware and then plug in an external power supply, you won't see the message "not enough power, camera shutting down" being displayed when you hook up to that external power supply. Question number 6. I bought an external microphone for my camera, but it's not working. Why not? It works on my smartphone, no problem. Is my camera broken? Well, whole bunch of detail given there. It's not like there's a ton of different microphones out there or anything. I mean, thank God there's only one microphone that exists in the entire universe, so that makes answering this question so easy. Yay! Obvious sarcasm aside, this is a 3-step solution, so let's get to it. Step 1. There are only 2 ways to get external audio into your camera footage. Number 1, by the GoPro mic adapter. Not my favorite way of recording audio due to the age of the adapter and the fact that it hangs off the side of the camera, putting strain on the USB-C port. Or 2, purchase the GoPro Media mod, which is available for the Hero 8, 9, 10 and 11. And please note that the Hero 8 Media mod is a different media mod since it's a smaller camera and has a smaller media mod. The Hero 9, 10 and 11 all share the same media mod since they're the same size camera, so make sure you get the proper media mod for your camera. That's step 1. Step 2 is then to make sure that you have a 3.5mm TRS microphone. Now, TRS microphones are what cameras use. TRS stands for tip, ring, sleeve, and that's easy to recognize as the end will have 2 black rings on it. What you don't want to buy is a T or S microphone, as those are for smartphones and those have 3 black rings on them. Unless, of course, you have a T or S to T or S adapter. Confused yet? Yeah. You also don't want to buy a USB-C microphone, as these won't work either. You're using a camera, buy a camera microphone, not a smartphone microphone, and not a PC microphone. And then finally, there's step 3. After you plug your microphone, of which there are many, into that media mod, you have to make sure that the proper microphone is selected on your camera. If I were to use a Rode wireless microphone, for instance, that is a powered microphone, so I need to set my camera to powered mic. If I use a lavalier microphone or a shotgun microphone, which is an unpowered microphone, then I would need to set it to standard mic. And if I don't select the right input there, then you won't record any sound. Now, that's not a problem if you're a professional mime artist looking to make a silent movie, but for the rest of us normal people, you really do want to record audio in your videos. Question number 7. Didn't you mention something about a 2K giveaway? Well, yes, I did, and thank you for paying attention. This channel is all about helping people solve issues. Now, some of these are camera issues and some are issues of a deeply personal, private nature that I'll happily share online with complete strangers on the internet to get views, so thanks for sending those in. However, nothing here on this channel would have been possible without your constant love and support. And sarcastic comments once in a while. You know who you are, you little sods. So, unlike other content makers, I believe in giving back to my audience. So this channel is coming up to 2K subscribers, and I have come up with an awesome prize for a lucky winner. This prize is contained in this awesome and amazing case. And yes, this case is part of the giveaway prize too. If you watched previous videos, you know some of what's in here, but spoiler alert if you haven't, it does contain an action camera with dual LCD screens, plenty of accessories, and some awesome DemonView goodies for you to enjoy. Oh yeah. And as soon as this channel hits 2K, the giveaway begins, and I am determined to make it a fun giveaway that everyone can enjoy. I may even be persuaded to have a few runner-up prizes too, if you're lucky. However, to make that happen, it requires you to click on those like and subscribe buttons. The sooner we get to 2K, the sooner we can kick things off. So spread the word, get your friends, family, and strangers on the bus to hit like and subscribe, and refuse to stop bugging them until they do so. I find it helps to foam at them out and scream random things at them to really put the fear of you into their hearts and souls. They'll click like and subscribe just to get you away from them, so do your part today. Question number 8. Can GoPro enhance the voice command so I can control cameras individually by name? Well, weird. This isn't the usual type of enhancement email I get. Although in all fairness, I did stop getting those since I told my mum to stop forwarding them to me. Anyway, in short, and don't read too much into that comment, thank you. No, GoPro isn't going to have individual camera commands anytime soon. Voice commands are created with specific commands in mind. This requires a lot of recording and programming to recognize those specific commands, not only in different languages, but also in different regional dialects too. Now, this takes a lot of time and money to do, and therefore has to be also standardized across cameras. And GoPro do have a number of cameras out there. Since GoPro have no idea what people are going to be calling their cameras or even which cameras they're going to buy, there's no feasible way for GoPro to program their cameras to recognize even like more different voice commands due to the fact they're using a standard library of voice commands. Remember, these cameras are not connected to the internet. They're not like smartphones that are listening to every single thing you say, sending that information back to the banks and banks of servers to recognize what you're saying, and then going through hundreds of different possible responses, then figuring out which response or action you're looking for statistically, and then sending that information back to your phone to act upon it. No, your camera has very limited space and hardware that's in there, and it's dedicated to taking photos and videos. So no, adding additional voice commands isn't going to be something that's happening anytime soon. Believe me. Question number 9. I've just bought myself a new GoPro Hero 11. What accessories do you recommend? Well, that would depend on what you're doing with that camera, really. I mean, if you're into aviation, you're going to want some FAA-compliant aviation mounts. If you're diving, you're really going to want a protective case, anti-fog inserts, a floating hand grip like the handler. And if you're into vlogging, then you're going to need a media mod, the GoPro 3-way, which is a great selfie stick. However, the top 4 things that I recommend everybody has, no matter what they're into, is number 1, a Samsung Evo SD card. I recommend the 512GB versions as they're great cards. I've never had an issue with them, and it's the perfect size for storage versus budget. I'll leave a link for that down below. Spare batteries are always a good idea to be able to whip a battery out and then swap it for a fresh one. The dual battery charger, that way you can be charging your spare batteries while you're using your camera, and you're not going to have any issues with charging using that charger. And then the official GoPro USB-C pass-through door, which I even have attached to my camera right now. Now, this allows you to plug your camera into an external power supply, and since there's a rubber seal inside that door, it actually fits around the power cable, and that keeps your camera weather resistant, so you can film in rain, snow, etc. And the main thing is, which I find really cool, is it's got this built-in cable holder, which will hold the weight of the cable and keep the weight off the USB-C port itself, therefore preventing damage. And speaking of which, it also comes with a really nice long USB-C cable too, so this really is the best value for money accessory that you can get for your GoPro Hero 9, 10 or 11. If you don't have one, get one. It's the top accessory that everybody needs, but they don't realize it. And then question number 10, this is our final question. I'm trying to shoot a night lapse video, but it's not working. The camera keeps freezing after 1 second. Well, actually, it sounds like the camera is doing exactly what it should be doing. The time indicated on the back of the camera does not show you how long the video has been recording, it's showing you how long a clip has been created. So if you have that camera set up to record with a 60-second interval between shots, that means after 30 minutes, you're going to have 1 second of video recorded. After an hour, you're going to have 2 seconds of video created. An hour, 30 minutes, you'll have 3 seconds of video recorded. And this is because with the 60-second interval, you're going to be shooting 1 frame every 60 seconds. So after 30 minutes, you'll have 1 second of video at 30 frames per second. So your camera was likely shooting properly, you just didn't wait long enough to record a long clip. For me, when I record a night lapse, if I'm trying to just shoot the stars, up above, I usually use a 30-second interval with my shutter set to auto. This way, from dusk till dawn will actually result in a 45-second clip. And that does be longer in the autumn and winters, obviously, as the days are shorter. It means, though, that the camera has been recording all night, and when I stop that night lapse, it's only going to say about 45 seconds on the rear display because that's how long the finished clip lasts. So be aware of that. The counter on the back isn't displaying how long the camera has been recording, it's displaying how long the end clip is going to be. Okay, so there we have it, the top 10 questions answered, and I'm hoping that you learned something new and something that you didn't know before. So hey, if you have any questions that you need answered, pop them in the comments below. It can be anything: camera, audio, PC, time travel, meaning of life, alien abduction, car or airplane, whatever the hell you can think of. Be assured, if I don't know the answer, I will totally make something up that sounds impressive and make it sound like I know what the hell I'm talking about. So I appreciate you watching. I really appreciate you clicking those like and subscribe buttons, which indicate how awesome a person you really are. Make sure you click on the community tab on the DemonView YouTube page too, because there's also some fun and interesting updates that I throw in there, and it's a great place to see what's going on in the world of DemonView. In the meantime, have an absolutely great weekend, stay safe, have fun with your cameras, and until next time, cheerio. No, seriously, that's the end of the clip. I mean, sticks around after the end credits anyway? I mean, this isn't a Marvel movie or something. There's no clip teasing the upcoming big bad or something in order to get you to stick around for the next cinema release. It's just me standing here talking to the camera. So, yeah. See ya.